दिया मेरे अंदर। थाना में बैठे ऑन ड्यूटी बजावे हाय पांडे जी सीटी।
On May 24th, 1873, Nobin Chandra Bandyopadhyay returned to his village of Kumrol after spending months away in the bustling city of Calcutta. He had been working tirelessly at a printing press in the city, trying to provide a stable life for his family. As he made his way back home, his journey brought him to the house of his father-in-law, Neel Kamal Mukhopadhyay.
Mom, since really long, me and Nobin have been trying for a child. But since he is too far away from Kolkata, I am not able to do this. I have heard that there is a priest in this village and he has blessed many people with fertility. So, would you suggest me to go to him?
Beta, you can go to him, but be cautious. The ways of priests are not always clear. These temples hold many secrets. So please go, but remember your dignity.
Sure, Mom, don't be upset. I'll make sure that I'm very careful and very much I protect my dignity.
Go and come back soon.
As he made his way back home, his journey brought him to the house of his father-in-law, Neel Kamal Mukhopadhyay. There, Nobin was reunited with his young wife, Elokeshi, whom he had left behind in the village during his time in the city. Just a few kilometers away from Neel Kamal's house stood the Tarakeshwar temple, one of the most revered temples.
Give it to me, give it to me. You must be really tired. Come, let's sit. So, how are you doing? I missed you so much, Nobin. How do I even put it in words? It was so lonely without you. I've been missing you every single day. How have you been?
Oh God, the journey was so tiring. The time in Kolkata kept me so busy. The press work, I was always exhausted with work there.
But finally, you are here with me. Now we can spend some time in peace.
Tiring the press work, I was exhausted the entire day. I did not even get time for
Nobin.
my.
How have you been? You might just have arrived, right?
Yes.
You must be tired. Let's go inside and sit.
Come, come.
Just a few kilometers away from Neel Kamal's house stood the Tarakeshwar temple, one of the most revered temples of Lord Shiva in all of West Bengal, drawing devotees from far and wide. But beneath the surface of this sacred place, a storm was quietly brewing, one that would soon change the lives of Nobin and Elokeshi forever.
Baba, we've been trying to conceive a child since really long, but all our attempts have been unsuccessful. Could you please help me with it?
Daughter, I have all the solutions you want, but you have to do as I tell you to do. You don't need pretty woman. For a woman like you, it's not so hard to conceive. You just have to do what I tell you. You just have to perform a very small ritual. You just need to come inside with me, and I will ensure that God will bless you with a very healthy child.
Thank you so much, Baba. Thank you so much.
Keep this with you until we meet for the next time. And tell me, how have you been this long? How are you?
I want to tell you something.
What happened? Is everything fine?
Nobin, I made a mistake. But trust me, it was not intended. It just happened. I made a mistake.
It's okay. What mistake? Can you please elaborate? Don't scare me like this. What happened?
I had an affair with Mahan.
What? That Mahan!
Nobin, I don't know what came to my mind, but it just happened. It happened unintentionally. I'm really sorry.
Sorry? I left you here. This is what you give me out of my trust.
Nobin, see, I know I'm at fault, but that does not make my love any less for you. I still love you the same as I did.
Love? There is no betrayal in love. You need to get out of here. Come. You have left me no choice. Come with me to my grandmother's house. Come. You shame? What face I will show to the society? Elokeshi, we'll stay at your grandmother's house for some time, away from public. The things which you have done, we need to discuss in private.
I hope you understand.
I understand, you're right.
3 days. We'll stay here for 3 days and then we will leave.
I'm ready to do whatever you want me to do. Whatever you say, I'll do everything.
The air is thick with unspoken words, and the weight of Nobin's anger has grown unbearable. Each day, Elokeshi's fear has mounted as Nobin's cold, distant demeanor tightened like a noose around her. The small house, which once held childhood memories for her, now feels like a prison.
Nobin, what happened?
In silence, his eyes dark with turmoil, Elokeshi, sensing the storm brewing within him, sits on the opposite side of the room, her hands shaking slightly.
But she deserved it. She cheated on me. Let her through. Hi.
What happened? What's going on? Why are you looking so scared?
I committed murder. I killed my wife.
What? What are you saying? You killed your wife?
But then it was her mistake too. She was cheating on me. She was cheating with me on that mahant of that mandir. I just slit her throat.
Nobin Chandra, you are under arrest for killing your wife Elokeshi.
কি হচ্ছেটা কি কোর্টে? এখানে তো বিচারও হচ্ছে না।
এটা বিশাল বড় অপরাধ,
আর
এটা
কি?
অন্যায়। এটা কি হচ্ছে এখানে?
কিন্তু নবীনের বউই তো দোষী ছিল, নবীনের বউই তো এইসব অদ্ভুত কাণ্ড
কি
করতো।
বলছো তুমি?
একদম ভুল, বিচার
না,
হচ্ছেই না এখানে।
আমার মনে হয় নবীন একদম ঠিক, কারণ নবীনের বউই তো ওরকম কাণ্ড করলে তো অবভিয়াসলি।
All rise. Justice Arya Singh is entering the court. You all can sit. The court shall begin with its proceeding.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are here to deliver justice for the tragic death of a young woman, Elokeshi, at the hands of her husband, Nobin Chandra. This is a case of premeditated murder fueled by rage, dishonor, and jealousy, Your Honor. Nobin Chandra Banerjee, the accused, discovered that his wife, Elokeshi, was involved in an illicit affair with the Mahant of Tarakeshwar temple. Blinded by anger and consumed by the desire of rage, Nobin took matters into his own hands, and on that fateful day, he brutally attacked Elokeshi, striking her with a very sharp weapon, resulting in her death. This, Your Honor, is not just a crime of passion, but it's a whole calculated act. Nobin Chandra Banerjee's actions were deliberate. Your Honor, the evidence we shall present will prove beyond reasonable doubt that the accused harbored intent to kill and executed his plan without any sort of mercy. Witnesses will testify to the events leading up to the murder. We shall provide you with the weapon used by the accused stained with blood of the victim. We'll demonstrate that Nobin's claim of acting in the heat of moment are but an attempt to escape the gallows. He chose to take a life, and for that, the law must hold him accountable.
The prosecution paints a picture of my client, Nobin Chandra Banerjee, as a cold-blooded murderer, but the truth is far from it. Nobin Chandra Banerjee, a loving husband and an honest man, was driven to the edge by the dishonor and betrayal brought upon him by none other than his own wife Elokeshi and the Mahant of Tarkareshwar temple. His wife Elokeshi had engaged in an affair with a religious figure, a man who should have been the epitome of morality. The act of betrayal shattered Nobin's world. Now I ask you to place yourself in Nobin's shoes for just a moment. What would you do upon discovering such a betrayal by someone you love the most? Nobin acted out of a moment of intense emotional turmoil, not cold, premeditated murder. He was heartbroken, devastated, and humiliated by the action of his wife and the Mahant. His actions, while unfortunate, were the result of a mind clouded by grief and emotional distress. The prosecution would have you believe that Nobin carefully planned the crime, but there is no evidence to support this. There was no conspiracy no premeditation. This is not a man who planned to kill. This is a man who was forced by beyond his limit by circumstances he did not create. Your Honor, I implore you and the jury to recognize that this was a crime committed in the heat of passion and not intention.
As we all know, we are here today to hear the matter of Queen Empress versus Nobin Chandra Banerjee. The accused stands charged with murder of Elokeshi, a crime which has gripped the nation. We shall now proceed. Prosecutor, you may present your case.
Premeditated murder fueled by rage, dishonor, and jealousy, Your Honor. Nobin Chandra Banerjee, the accused, discovered that his wife, Elokeshi, was involved in an illicit affair with the Mahant of Tarakeshwar temple. Blinded by anger and consumed by the desire of rage, Nobin took matters into his own hands, and on that fateful day, he brutally attacked Elokeshi, striking her with a very sharp weapon, resulting in her death. This, Your Honor, is not just a crime of passion, but it's a whole calculated act. Nobin Chandra Banerjee's actions were deliberate, and the evidence we shall present will prove beyond reasonable doubt that the accused harbored intent to kill, the execute. I'm so sorry.
No.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are here to deliver justice for the tragic death of a young woman, Elokeshi, at the hands of her husband, Nobin Chandra. This is a case of premeditated murder fueled by rage, dishonor, and jealousy, Your Honor. Nobin Chandra Banerjee, the accused, discovered that his wife, Elokeshi, was involved in an illicit affair with the Mahant of Tarakeshwar temple. Blinded by anger and consumed by the desire of rage, Nobin took matters into his own hands, and on that fateful day, he brutally attacked Elokeshi, striking her with a very sharp weapon, resulting in her death. This, Your Honor, is not just a crime of passion, but it's a whole calculated act. Nobin Chandra Banerjee's actions were deliberate, and the evidence we shall present will prove beyond reasonable doubt that the accused harbored intent to kill, the execute. I'm so sorry.
No.
As we all know, we are here today to hear the matter of Queen Empress versus Nobin Chandra Banerjee. The accused stands charged with murder of Elokeshi, a crime which has gripped the nation. We shall now proceed. Prosecutor, you may present your case.
In India, the legal framework around adultery has evolved significantly, reflecting both challenging societal values and the country's complex relationship with personal morality. For years, adultery was considered a criminal offence under Section 497 of IPC, introduced during the British rule in 1860. Under this law, only men could be prosecuted for having an affair with the married woman. Her husband was aggrieved partly, while the woman was considered an object rather than an active participant. The law reinforced gender stereotype, treating women as passive, subordinate figures. But as India modernized, the glaring inequalities of this law came under increasing scrutiny. It wasn't just about the unfair treatment of women, it was about the role of the state in regulating private relationships. In 2018, the Indian Supreme Court made a landmark ruling decriminalizing adultery. The court held the Section 497 violated fundamental rights, specifically the rights to equality and the right to live with dignity. Justice Chandrachud's judgment argued that adultery should be treated as a ground for divorce, not as a criminal offense. He emphasized that personal relationship and choices about fidelity should be a private matter, free from the intervention of the state. The repeal was a reflection of India shifting views of individual rights, autonomy, and gender equality. It marked a moment where the law acknowledged that personal morality was not something that state should enforce through criminal law. Adultery is no longer a crime in India, but its impact still resonates in family courts, where it continues to influence divorce proceedings, and alimony. Ultimately, the change symbolized the growing recognition that in a modern democracy, the state's role ends where personal freedom begins.